Hi, this is Gary Kayye. We're here at InfoComm 2023, and I'm here with a brand new exhibitor that you probably haven't heard of. They were at ISE in a small way, but they are doing AV over IP using standards-based systems, which is IPMX, right, Steve? How are you doing? Stephen Kogels, who's the Global Director of Business Development for this new company, PlexusAV. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. We're very excited. We already, it's only the start of the show. We've talked to a whole bunch of people that are very excited about what we're doing. So, yeah, it's great to be here.
Well, the whole industry is moving to AV over IP. Audio's already gone across the network with Dante. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then, of course, video's going across the network. You have Crestron with the MVX, Extron with the NAV, and you have all these other companies, SDVOE. You took a different approach. You decided to go with a standards-based approach using IPMX. And if you don't know what IPMX is, that's IPMX-IO. And I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, comes from your heritage in broadcast. You're owned by a company called Sencor. Talk about that.
Yeah, so that's correct. So we're a division inside of Sencor, solely focused on Pro AV. And Sencor's been around for 75 years, so we kind of joke about being a startup with 75 years of experience. And inside of the DNA of Sencor is interoperability and standards-based, because that's basically, if you're in the broadcast space, you need to have that. So when we decided, like, hey, we want to go through Pro AV and take our technology there, we quickly realized, like, hey, standards is the next big thing for the Pro AV space, because walled gardens is just not going to give you the security and the job security that customers and end users need. So that's why we selected IPMX as a standard, and it's really like part of our DNA. Like, I had to explain to my colleagues inside of Sencor why it is not standards based, not the other way around.
Yeah. Okay, yes. So basically you have a series of encoders, decoders, and transcoders and a bunch of other things that are coming, all going to come this fall, that take video and audio and send it across the network. Obvious questions are going to be, first off, Dante. Can you handle Dante? Second off, can you handle NDI? Third off, what resolutions can you handle and what's the output? I know some of the answers to those questions are, it's 1 gig, right? This is a 1 gig based system, which is IPMX is based on for first version. IPMX can accommodate higher bandwidth, so that could be coming in the future. But what about NDI and Dante?
So for NDI and Dante, we're working on 2 solutions for that. So we're still in the process of supporting full bandwidth NDI conversion. And we also have a technology demo here where we're showing NDI HX conversion into an IPMX transfer stream inside of IPMX. So that's basically a technology demo where we'll allow customers to take their NDI HX cameras and basically convert them into IPMX, which is something you'll see from other manufacturers as well. But we also allow that on the output side. So instead of just allowing singles in, we also allow singles to go out.
Right, which is true transcoding. So if you come in here really closely, you can see a few different boxes here. And right away you notice something different. You don't often see lit up front panels, and it looks cool. Actually, it's I have to give you some cred. It looks a lot cooler, and you're giving a lot of LED feed out here, output of what's going on. But what's ultimately happening? I mean, here what's happening? You got HDMI in and network out, right? I mean, that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah, in essence, that's what it is. And of course we have USB-C. We've got serial NIR support as well.
USB-C on the front.
Including USB-C on the front, and then USB-C video on the back as well, because we see USB-C is just getting more and more popular. Yeah. So when you design a box, and we designed this about 3/4 of a year ago, USB-C is kind of the way to go.
Smart move. So here's all the stuff that's going to come. We're going to be covering this company in the future, because this is the first company that's only using IPMX, but we're going to take you on a quick booth tour, because I want to kind of make sure people understand what you're doing. And you actually got some live demos here of it actually working. First off, what is this station? By the way, here's the box, right?
Yeah, so we basically have 2 pods on our booth. This is showing the decoding of the singles. We've got 4 or 5 sources here on the booth that we're switching. On the top, you'll see the decoded video, 4K 60, 444 image.
Coming out at 1 gig.
Yeah, and running on the JPEG XS FIP profile. Which is optimized for RGB content as well. So I think we're the first company actually implementing JPEG XS FIP, and we're going to be doing that including in the product. So it's not an additional license.
Right. It's built into the product.
It's there, yeah. And then we've got our gateway functionality. So this is an appliance that will allow you to take singles in and out of your AV over IP solution. So right now, with most of the solutions,
So it's an on-ramp and an off-ramp.
yeah. So most of the solutions are kind of clustered inside of this AV over IP solution. And then when you want to take a single out or send it to YouTube or recording or lecture capture, you need to go and buy another encoder, decoder. Yeah, we will allow you to take those singles in our network and send them out using our gateway functionality. So this
Right. So this is a software program that'll be included in the platform, the ecosystem.
Correct. But it's part of the ecosystem, but also will solve problems separately, right? So it's going to be a standalone product.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So then, by the way, your booth is beautiful. Back up and take a shot of this booth. It is very different than what you've seen on the show floor. I love the neon. I'm guessing it's not actually neon. I'm guessing it's LED, but it looks like
it's
neon.
LED that looks like neon.
Yeah, I like that.
yeah.
All right, so you've got some demos here. You're showing a video wall application, and these are actually being used, right? These are the boxes actually driving this?
Yeah. So there's 3 boxes behind the wall and the 6 in front, and they're actually live. It's a live demo.
So it's a one-to-one encoding, decoding demo, right here.
Correct. Yeah.
And they're creating a video wall that's all on the network.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then you've got another little demo station here. What are you showing over here?
So this is the central management and control, what we call visual array.
This is how you manage, monitor, and connect devices?
Yes, but you don't always need this. So our devices will have their own, or have their own web interface. So if you're just doing a 2x2, you can just go with that and that don't have the hassle of dealing with a management system.
But if you're doing a whole facility, this is what this would be.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what you want, right? I mean, with AV over IP, ultimately, that's what organizations want. They want to drive all of their video across the network and replace everything so that they don't have isolated, siloed systems, right?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. And that's also why in this system we already kind of have groups, and you've got tagging functionality, so you can put devices in a group based on whatever grouping you want, basically. And then you can put another layer on top of that by using all these tags. You can go and filter with the type on group or device name. We'll just kind of auto-populate those. You can select individual devices, multiple devices, or all devices in a group. We have an option where you can go.
So this is like virtual switching, combining of signals, and sending it wherever you want it to go?
Well, so the actual virtual switching will be done in our AV matrix. So the device list is basically all the devices it auto-detects and the configuration of those devices. You can go to the individual web UIs, but this is where you would actually create the connections, and then you can go a level deeper and basically go and tweak all the audio, video, USB. And it's not completely finalized this, but you will be able to select the audio from a different device.
So do audio follow or breakaway or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
So this is a full ecosystem, and you're going to ship this fall, PlexusAV.com.
Correct.
What else do we need to know?
Well, of course, the socials. We have a lot of videos.
PlexusAV everywhere.
Yes.
You've got some educational stuff, but ultimately you're here trying to get integrators, right? So if you're not here at the show and you want to sign up, you want to check out a brand new AV over IP company that's standards-based, only based on IPMX, which is a standard, as a proposed standard for AV over IP, the only proposed standard for AV over IP. And by the way, the standard that they're using is based on SMPTE 2110, which is being used in all the broadcast stations around the world. So it's a proven standard, I guess, right?
Yeah, and the other cool thing is like the people from the standards body that are creating the IPMX standards are actually right next to us.
Yeah,
right? So
the other half of the booth. Yeah, sharing the booth with AIMS. That's AIMS Alliance. So if you want to learn more, go to AIMS Alliance. If you want to learn more about IPMX, go to ipmx.io. And of course, check out PlexusAV.com. Stephen, thank you very much for doing this. I appreciate it. Best of luck to you. I'm excited to see when we come back here next year at InfoComm how far you've come.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens this year, but if the feeling that we have here at InfoComm is anywhere close to a prediction for the future, I think we're going to be good.
I think you're good. All right, check out all of our InfoComm coverage at ravepubs.com/InfoComm.